The lighting also is reclaimed. Tell us the story behind that.
It came out of, there's a restaurant in Topeka called Fritz Grill, and our neighbor was liquidating it and let us go in and salvage all of it. And we just love it. It's modern, and it's the same thing, going back to the modern and traditional. It really goes good with stuff.
You showed me an example earlier of what some of this salvaged wood looks like when you get it. It's amazing to think that it ends up in a floor like we're sitting on now.
Yeah, most people never realize how beautiful some of the old wood, especially like most people recognize barns as the flooring in barns looks so rough, and there's straw and hay and everything else on the floor, and it's really rough, and they just cannot imagine. And then once you plane it down and smooth it out, it just ends up beautiful.
Now, off the garage entry to this house is a great mudroom, spacious with a lot of storage, and you've really done some unique things with the wood treatment in that room.
Yeah, in our mudrooms in our houses, I like to sort of mix it up a little bit because we have so much trim and so much stain trim throughout the house that I like to paint our cabinetry in the mudroom and then accent it with some stained wood, and it seems to, for some reason, really go good. It's sort of as a break from all the traditional stained wood.
Well, I know you like to pride yourself on the fact that all of your new homes have a little piece of history in them. That's certainly the case here. And as we head up that magnificent wood stairway, some of that was salvaged from, I believe, the Crosby building here in Topeka.
It was a Crosby building downtown, and I think it was a clothing store. And what it was the floor joists, the floor system that supported the floor. And when they tore it down, I don't know what they put in place of it. When they did tear it down, we got all the lumber out of it, and it worked out really nice.
As we head up that stairway, there's a surprising source of some of the lumber in that area.
Yeah, all the trim in the upstairs, that's oak. It's all oak trim, which we usually don't put oak in our houses because it's more traditional. Right. But the uniqueness of it is that it came out of a house, and it was the framing material for the house. So they framed this house in oak. All your studs, your wall studs, all your rafters, and your ceiling joists, everything that you would normally have in just normal 2x4 material, they used oak in. And so instead of using it, obviously nobody'd ever frame a house in oak now, so instead of using it as that, we milled it with all of our machines and made it trim. So, and there's a few areas, if you look close, you can actually still see some of the square nail head holes from when they put it together, but it's really unique. And then the house, it came from a house in Circleville, Kansas, built in, I think, 1850. And so the trees that they would have had would have been old growth trees too, so the lumber upstairs could be well over 300 years old.
That's fascinating. I want to head next into the master suite. You've got a beautiful master bedroom with a small deck and a great view, and then the master bathroom complements that with a great plan that enhances the natural light.
Yeah, the design of the outside of the house made me basically put windows in the bathroom, which actually ended up being really nice. And to accent that, we used some glass blocks in the shower to sort of let in more natural light. And then we also decided to hang the mirrors and the vanity so you can see around the whole, see through. When you're standing at the vanity, you could see out through the windows and get natural light everywhere, so there's no blocking of any walls in the whole bathroom.
That makes all the difference in the world. It's such a bright space and really a great design idea. You said to me the other day that you really love to build a house that you can live in, something that looks comfortable. And that's definitely the case as we head to the lower level of the house, and you've got a great theater room down there as one part of that component.
Yeah, the theater room is one of my favorite areas in the house, even though everything else is beautiful. I just love going down there and watching movies. It's just really nice.
You mentioned that building these homes is really a labor of love for you. How so?
Well, it's a labor of love because we can't always get all the money we put into it back out of it. There's a lot of labor to work with this. A lot of people think because we may get the material for free that we save money, but there's so much labor involved in working with it from the beginning and then even in the end. And there's just hours and hours spent working on the material. But it's satisfying when you get done to see the finished product.
Well, your labor of love is sure to be admired by everyone who attends the Spring Home Builders Tour here in Topeka. Jason Droege, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We head to Lawrence next for a home that not only meets but exceeds some energy code standards. Stay with us. We'll be back right after the break.